We are one day away from week 9 of the college football season, which means it's time for 3 things to watch. We have to begin with our first thing to watch will be another top 25 showdown in Harrisonburg as the 2 of the preseason favorites, JMU and Towson, will square off, Rob.
Yeah, the top 25 matchup between Towson and James Madison should be a great one. But what I'll be watching is to see if Towson's offensive line can keep JMU's front 4 under control. The Tigers' offense relies heavily on reigning CAA Offensive Player of the Year Tom Flacco, who's not only thrown for over 1,600 yards and 14 touchdowns this season, but is also the team's leading rusher with 300 yards. He has the ability to extend plays with his feet and can also make big gains on the ground if he escapes pressure. But to do that, he's going to need the big guys up front to provide some time, and that hasn't been easy to do for JMU opponents in recent weeks. The Dukes have recorded 17 sacks and 44 tackles for loss over the past 4 games. Defensive ends Rondell Carter and John Daka rank 1st and 3rd in the CAA in tackles for loss and seem to have their own competition going to see who can get to the quarterback first. JMU is also strong up the middle with tackles Mike Green and Adi Batariwa, who are a big reason why the Dukes rank number 1 in FCS against the run. It will be crucial for Towson to have some success moving the ball on the ground, or it could be a long afternoon if JMU is able to pin its ears back and rush on 3rd and long situations.
The second thing to watch for on Saturday will be in Newark as Delaware and Richmond will meet, and these 2 teams definitely know how to get after the quarterback as well, Rob.
Yeah, Saturday's game between Richmond and Delaware is an important one, with both teams sporting 2-1 records in CAA play. We just finished talking about the impact that JMU defensive ends Rondell Carter and John Daka have had, but I'll be watching 2 other tremendous pass rushers with Richmond's Maurice Jackson and Delaware's Cam Kitchen. Jackson was the CAA's preseason Defensive Player of the Year, and he's lived up to the hype. Through 7 games, he leads the Spiders with 11.5 tackles for loss, 7 sacks, 6 quarterback hurries, and 2 forced fumbles. He also has an interception and returned a fumble for a touchdown. Now, Kitchen is coming off his best game of the year in last Saturday's win over New Hampshire as he recorded 8 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, and 3 pass breakups. He also forced and recovered a fumble. It's not often that a defensive lineman has the ability to make a game-changing play, but both of these guys can do that. Now, the winner of this game goes to 3-1 in the conference and stays squarely in the mix for a CAA title, while the loser faces a tough climb back to the top.
The third thing to watch for will be on the main line as Villanova and Stony Brook will meet as both teams come off their bye week.
Yeah, we talked a few weeks ago about the struggle CAA teams have had this season coming off a bye week. Well, Saturday's big matchup between Stony Brook and Villanova features both teams returning to action after a week off, and I'll be watching to see which team handled it best. The Seawolves have suffered back-to-back close conference losses to JMU and New Hampshire and were really banged up on both sides of the ball. However, the time off has put them back near full strength, especially at the running back spot. The dangerous trio of Isaiah White, Sabah Neckett, and Tyson Lawson is ready to roll. Villanova also went into the bye week after dropping a close game at JMU and were likely ready for a break after starting the season a week early on August 24th. The Wildcats have had time to make adjustments after losing leading rusher Justin Covington and should have Jalen Jackson back closer to 100% to pair in the backfield with D. Will Barley. So far this season, CAA teams are combined 0-6 coming off byes. That streak will end on Saturday as one of these teams picks up a win.
Those were Rob's 3 things to watch. Make sure to stay with CAFootball.com and CA Football social media outlets throughout the weekend for the latest.